Hi, welcome to LIB 1000. My name is Laura Hess. I am your professor for this class, and I'm really excited to be working with you this semester and excited you all decided to take it. I'm sorry we had to move from a face-to-face class to online, and I know that's probably not what y'all all signed up for when you first signed up for the class, so I'm really hoping we can make this transition as smoothly as possible. And if you have questions, do not hesitate to ask me about the class. So the purpose of this class is to teach you how to research in an academic setting. So teaching you how to find information that you need for your classes and your research projects. Specifically, we're going to look at using library resources, particularly those at this university. But we're also going to talk quite a bit about what makes information credible and appropriate to use, how do you cite information, and actually use it in your papers. So a lot of ground to cover with this class. The class itself, in my opinion, and how I teach it, is very, very skills-based. You typically don't have a lot of prep work coming to the class, so you don't have a lot of out-of-class readings and things like that, but it's mostly I'm going to pass you the information, you're going to practice it, and then we're going to tie it together with a bigger assignment. So this class has a lot of kind of skills practice. I'm a big fan of the saying, practice makes perfect, and so we're going to be doing quite a bit of that in this class, of actually teaching you how to do something, and then you go and show me you can do it yourself. So the class is set up. It has been moved from face-to-face to online only. This is a class that is completely asynchronous, meaning you don't have a set time to where you got to log into your computer and meet on WebEx or something like that. So this is really work on your own schedule, work at your own pace. That being said, I really, really strongly encourage you as a student to keep up with your online classes by making a schedule for yourself. Find a time, 2 hours, 3 hours a week when you can sit down, sit at your computer and think, okay, this is the time I'm going to work on my LIB 1000 lecture materials for the week. So kind of make your own class schedule as it is. Now, if that's at 8 in the morning, at 10 o'clock at night, doesn't matter. You can do that at any point in time, but really set yourself a schedule so that way you can keep up with your online materials. That's a really important skill for online learning. A lot of people don't really think about it. They think about it's online class, I can do it at any time, but you need to set a schedule of when you're going to work on this. It helps you keep up with things. So information is going to be passed to you via videos mostly, that you're typically going to have a few videos to watch every week or every day of the week. So I'm kind of keeping to a Tuesday, Thursday schedule for this class in its original setup. When I got moved from face-to-face to online, I was supposed to be a face-to-face Tuesday, Thursday class. So that's kind of the flow I'm going for it with, that I'm going to be posting videos and kind of lecture materials for you to watch on Tuesday and Thursday. Really, I'm kind of aiming for Monday and Thursday. Is my goal is to put up videos on Monday as opposed to Tuesday, so you have more time to watch and engage with them. You then will have any sort of documents passed to you, giving you information. I might send you links to articles and course readings and things like that. And then you actually have your assignments that are going to be practice things, and then larger assignments that tie together the skills you've been learning. So this is all going to be passed to you kind of on that Monday, Thursday schedule. All assignments for the class are going to be due on a Tuesday, Thursday. Those are your deadlines by midnight of whatever the due date for that particular assignment. So everything is due by midnight of the class period. I do know life continues to be crazy with COVID, with everything being up in the air with the university, with some of y'all moving to online for the first time of doing this full time. So reach out if you're struggling, if you're falling behind. Don't just keep falling behind. Try to stop yourself on that downward slope if you are struggling, and talk to your professors. That's one of the biggest things I feel about this class is I want to help you. I want you to succeed more than anything. I don't not only want you to pass the class, I actually want you to beneficially learn with what we're teaching you here. So reach out and talk to me if you need more information about what I'm trying to teach you. If you don't understand something going through, there aren't stupid questions. I know everybody says that, but if you aren't understanding, come and ask me. There's also a good chance someone else isn't understanding. If you're confused, I might have confused someone else, and so that way maybe we can clarify it for the whole class. So how this is going to be kind of set up. So if you go to your Canvas site, I do have the syllabus up there that gives you an overview of what it is we're going to learn in the class, kind of major dates for assignments and stuff like that, and class policies. I'm going to walk through some of the highlights of that. You have the entire document for it. Biggest thing up at the top is contact info. You can contact me in a variety of ways. You can contact me in person. Even though I'm teaching online, I am still on campus. I'm one of the librarians for the university, and so I am in the libraries most days of the week. So you're always welcome to come see me in person. My office is Library 207 up on the second floor. If you stop by the library and I am here and not meeting with another student, I will be happy to stop what I'm working on and chat with you. Otherwise, you can always email me. Email is a really good way to get in touch. You can also call my office. It's 910-775-4174. If I'm not in my office and I don't answer, leave a voicemail. Voicemails go to your faculty email, and so we can see them. So even if you're calling at 9 o'clock at night, and obviously I'm not in my office, but leaving that voicemail, I might be able to reply to via email and we can get your questions answered. I can also set up meetings via WebEx, and I'm happy to do that as well. So if you need some more help, and sometimes it's helpful to talk to a person in person and kind of have that discourse rather than having to go through email, happy to set up a WebEx. That is absolutely something we can totally do. So don't hesitate to reach out. Lots of ways to contact me. Like I said, if you do come by the library because you're on campus, I'm here most days, 8 to 5. Happy to work with you then. Other info for this class. So office hours do kind of follow that schedule. Lots of your professors have very set office hours. So this is when they're going to be in their office and you can come drop by and ask them questions or talk to them about assignments. I have more of a flexible schedule because this is the only class I teach. The rest of my job is being a librarian. My schedule changes day to day. And so it's very hard for me to say during this time of day, I'm going to be in my office guaranteed, because that's going to be thrown out by the next day. I can absolutely guarantee it. So my rule of thumb is if you want to guarantee an appointment or want to guarantee a chance to talk to me, make an appointment. Shoot me an email, give me a phone call and say, hey, can we sit down and talk about this? And I will make sure I'm available at that time. Otherwise, drop-ins are welcome. Just like I said, you want to pop by the library, if I'm here, I'm willing to stop what I'm doing and talking to you as long as I'm not in a meeting or teaching another class. So take advantage of that as well. So drop-ins welcome, but you're always welcome to set up an appointment. I can set up appointments in nights and weekends too. So whenever works for us to talk, we can do that and we can set aside that time. So if you're having questions about materials, take advantage of your professor's office hours. We would rather you come ask us questions when you're confused than continue to struggle in the class and not learn the materials we're trying to teach you. That's frustrating for you. It's frustrating for us. Nobody likes that. So take advantage of your professor office hours. We're here to talk to you. We want to help you. We want to forge those relationships with you. So take advantage of that. So expectations for this course. Talked a little bit about kind of how I hope you set up a schedule so that you can keep up for things. This is very work at your own pace, but you do have deadlines for assignments, and so you need to be able to meet those. A lot of the assignments are also scaffolded, meaning that they build upon each other. So you need to learn skill A before you can go on to the assignment for skill B. And lots of times I need to be able to give you feedback before you can get to skill B and actually build upon it. So make sure you are keeping up with things and keeping up with those due dates. Okay, so looking at the syllabus, up here at the top, you get all of this info about the class and contacting me that we've talked about. If you scroll down, you get the general overview and goals of the class, and then you kind of get to this info about assignments. And so you have a broad overview of the types of assignments you're going to be doing in this class, especially the larger ones that are higher point value in here. You get this rubric for how the assignments will be graded. We're on a 10-point scale, just like everybody else. And then you do get this important date schedule of first day of class, Labor Day we're closed, and then when are these major projects due, as well as this last day to turn in revisions to assignments. So if you're seeing that, of November 12th. So one of the things I do with assignments is I will allow you to resubmit them. So if you submit this citation take-home exam and I grade it and give you feedback, I would allow you to go take that feedback, correct your mistakes, and resubmit it. Take advantage of this. It's a really good way to raise your grade, but it also helps you learn better. So you can learn from your mistakes and learn how to correct them, and you're actually getting that info that I'm trying to teach you in the class. So if getting more points and earning back points you missed will help you go back and learn and look at feedback that I'm giving you, I'm happy to change your grade. So I do allow those revisions up to this November 12th date, and then your final project is just due during finals week. We don't have any sort of exam for this class. The final project is a project base that we're going to talk about later. So we kind of went over a lot of the policies and things like that, and then you have your standard statements about the honor code and plagiarism and religious holidays. If you do need accommodations for religious holidays, do reach out and let me know, as well as any sort of accommodations due to COVID. Reach out and talk to me. I've already kind of said that before. So it's good to have the syllabus, but better info can be found about what's actually due and what the assignments are and what the schedule of the class is on the Canvas site. So really this is where everything is taking place. That syllabus is there, but if you're looking for when something is due, Canvas is going to have the more up-to-date information. So from the homepage here, you do kind of have your course stream and you get your to-do list. So things that you have coming up that are due and when the due dates are for that. And so you can check things off as you go. Most everything you're going to be looking at for this course is going to be in this modules group. So you get your tabs over here on the left, click on that modules. This is where you're going to be getting all of your class info. So if you scroll down, you kind of see the big modules we're going to go through for this class. Most of them I haven't actually published yet because I publish things as we go through the class. I don't want y'all working too far ahead of me. But for this week is intro week. So you're watching this video, you're getting your instructions, you're taking a look at the syllabus. You do have the syllabus quiz and intro reflection essay, and so we're going to talk about that more in just a little bit. But this is where you're going to be getting your information on what it is you're supposed to be doing. This is where your videos and lecture materials are going to be posted. If I'm using any sort of PowerPoint or description or handout that I'm trying to give you and I'm going through it in a video, I'm going to post those here as well. So everything it really is in the modules. You do have the other things, so your discussion boards, they're linked into the modules that you need to do them, but they are also going to be over here in discussions. Same for assignments. And so any assignment you're having to do, I'm going to put it in the module so that you're getting the info of what you're learning and then the assignment to go with it. But you also have the assignment tab here telling you what you have and what's due. And I've already kind of, like I said, posted these bigger projects that are worth those 200, 100, and 300 points. And so those are due later throughout the semester. And then quizzes as well. You get some quizzes. I put them in the modules, but you can access them from the quiz page. And so what is published with that. That's pretty much kind of the good overview of this. One last thing to note for students is do look at announcements. And also I send out a lot of info through this Canvas inbox. So I know some of our upperclassmen in the past have turned off notifications for things like announcements going to their UNCP email, or they won't have the inbox, they'll turn off the notifications from the inbox to go to your regular Brave mail. Don't do that. Turn that back on. This is the #1 way your professors are able to contact you, particularly if it's an online class. So go ahead and have that sent to your email. That way, if there's updates, it's easier for me to send a group email from Canvas. And so it will then send it to your inbox rather than having to go into my UNCP email and adding your names one at a time to actually send it to you. This allows me to, it's automatically built in as a group. So make sure you do get those emails and announcements that you have it set up and turned on. If you have questions about that, let me know and I'll be happy to sort out whether or not you have them turned on. If you haven't intentionally turned them off, they're automatically on. But do pay attention to any sort of announcements coming out from class and info that I'm trying to reach out to you. Normally I do it as a group, but I've also had to reach out to students one-on-one because we need to talk about something going on or some of your homework or something like that. So pay attention to that and do respond in a timely fashion. That you're online, I never get to see you in person. This is my only way of reaching out to you unless you reach out or come see me. So pay attention to those as well. And then finally down here at the bottom, you also have this reading list, which is kind of hidden just a little bit down here because I'm in the student view. Our reading lists, you do not have a textbook for this class. Other sections of LIB 1000 do have a textbook, and so if you bought that from the bookstore, go take it back. Return it to Amazon, return it to the bookstore. You do not need a textbook for this class. Everything you need to read, I am going to pass to you, and so you can see in the modules, I do have kind of like some of the reading list things, and so you can click on that and find what it is for this date you're supposed to be reading. So what are you supposed to do for the rest of the week? Watch this video, which you've already done. Good job. Take a look at the syllabus and let me know if you have any questions about anything regarding the class or about how things work. You do have a syllabus quiz, which is just 5 questions. Shouldn't take you long, but making sure it is graded and worth points. I'd also like you to do this intro reflection essay. And so this is just a very, very short essay, 12-point font, double space, Times New Roman, half a page to a page maximum of answering the question, if you were assigned to write a research paper, where would you find information for your research paper and why? And I kind of do say I'm not looking for a right answer here. I'm not looking for what I want to hear. I want your honest answer and for you to tell me why that's where you would go to get the information. So that is due next week on August 13th. The syllabus quiz is due by actually Tuesday, though. I gave you a little bit more time for the intro reflection essay, but by Tuesday of next week, when you're going to be getting more info about the class, have that syllabus quiz done. Another thing for next week is your reading list. So we do have some readings. I have very few readings for this class because I'm not making you use a textbook. Most of the things I'm getting you in class and then you're taking it home to do stuff with later. This is one to where you do kind of have a reading set up for it. And it looks a little daunting, but it is 3 articles talking about information literacy standards and frameworks and pillars. And so you have these 3. You have this ALA information literacy competency standards, ALA framework for literacy and higher education, and then this SCONAL 7 pillars of information literacy. So take a look at these. What I'm really wanting you to pay attention to is what are the frameworks, standards, and pillars. So pay attention to actually looking at what those are and what they entail. There's a lot of stuff around that, but take a read of it. It does not very long, but definitely want you to have those done by August 11th is the deadline for that. So when I give you information next week, I'm going to put it out on Monday. This is what we're going to be talking about, and so you do need to read this to be prepared for class participation for next week. If you have any other questions, do let me know. So those are kind of your things to be doing for the rest of the week. Pretty easy. And then, how do you actually turn in assignments? I think I talked about it before. So how you are turning this in is, let me get back to the student view. There we go. Okay, so your intro reflection essay. If you are submitting assignments, this is in the syllabus, everything's going to be submitted through Canvas. If it's something like a discussion board or a quiz, you're just kind of uploading it into whatever manner Canvas use. Most assignments, you're going to need to upload as a document, though. So where you go to submit this assignment, you click Browse, you choose the document from your computer, and then you would submit assignment. So you're having to pick what it is you're saving it as. You have to submit the assignment as a doc or a PDF. I need it as a Word doc or a PDF file. I cannot open Google Docs. I cannot open iPages. I cannot open like a link if you're sending it to me via the online Word. It doesn't ever work. So download it as a doc or a PDF. If you don't know how to do that, if you're using something like iPages because you have an Apple computer or you're using Google Docs, Google how to do that. Just type in, how do I download this into a doc or a PDF, and instructions come up. If you're still struggling, reach out and let me know. But if you submit something as any type of file other than a doc or a PDF, I cannot open it, thus I cannot grade it, thus you will get no points. I have to send assignments back to a few students every semester because I don't pay attention to this instruction and say, you want your points, you got to resubmit it as this so I can actually read it. So this is how you submit those assignments. Do keep in mind you do have to do that as a doc or a PDF. All right, that wraps up today. Like I said, longest video, I think, of the entire class. The rest of the videos I'm going to be doing are more 5 to 10 minutes each, and so you're going to have 2 or 3 short videos each time as opposed to like one big 30-minute one. But if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and I'm really excited to work with y'all this semester.